Louisville area real estate market update for November 2025. November's housing data for the Louisville area is officially in, and it is revealing some pretty big shifts as we head towards 2026. Inventory is rising, prices are still climbing, and buyers and sellers are reacting very differently than they did last year. So let's break down what this means for you. Hey everyone, David Hittle here, your real estate specialist with Shop Kentucky Homes and United Real Estate Louisville. Today we are diving into the November 2026 housing statistics, which include Jefferson County, Bullitt County, Shelby County, and other surrounding counties straight from the Greater Louisville Association of Realtors. This is your clear, easy to understand look at what's really happening in our market. First up, market speed and the absorption rate has jumped. So first, let's talk about the absorption rate, one of the best indicators of how fast homes are selling. In November 2025, the absorption rate was 3.13 months. November 2024, it was 2.56 months. That is a 22% increase year over year. And a rising absorption rate means one thing. Homes are staying on the market longer and buyers have more choices. The year-to-date absorption rate tells the same story. 2.53 months versus 2.10 last year, up more than 20%. This is still technically a seller's market, but it is becoming a softer seller's market as time goes on. The next thing is prices. Prices are still rising across the board. Even with inventory rising, home prices continue to climb in the Louisville area. Looking at sold prices, the average sale price in our area is $356,338. That is up 8% from last year. The median sales price is $290,000, and that's still up 3.6%. These increases show us strong buyer demand, especially in the mid to upper price ranges. When we take a look at active list prices, the average list price is $407,256, and that is almost flat year over year. The median list price is $310,000, which is slightly down from last year. This suggests that sellers are beginning to price their homes more realistically, and buyers are rewarding those well-priced homes with strong offers. The next thing is days on market. Homes are taking longer to sell. One of the biggest stories this month is how long it is taking to get a house sold. Average cumulative days on market is now 48 days. That is up 12% from last year. Median cumulative days on market is 20 days, which is up 33% over last year. That is a significant jump. If your home is priced right and presented well, it will still move quickly. But the days of listing on Friday and selling by Monday for everyone are fading. The next thing is sold listings. There is a noticeable dip in sold listings in November. Sold activity slowed in November. We only had 1,091 homes sold in November 2025 compared to 1,189 homes sold in 2024. Doesn't seem like much, but that is an 8.2% decrease year over year. But here's the interesting part. Year to date, solds are actually up 2.7% over last year. So this means that demand is still strong, but seasonal slowdowns are slightly sharper than what we saw in 2024. Taking a look at pending listings, buyers are being very cautious. This is where we saw a big shift. 855 pending sales for this November versus 1,090 last November. That is a 21.6% decline. And this tells us buyers are being more selective. Affordability still matters. Homes that show well are priced correctly, and the ones that go under contract are those ones priced correctly. Even with the drop this month, pending sales year to date are still up, showing a healthy underlying demand. Lastly is active listings. Active inventory is up nearly 30%. This is the headline for sellers and buyers alike. Active listings, 4,037 in November. Last year, only 3,154. That is a massive 28% increase in available homes. More inventory means buyers have more options. Sellers must be more strategic, and pricing becomes more important than ever. The increase is strongest in the $200,000 to $499,000 range, the core of our Louisville market. Another idea is new listings. New listings are showing strong seller activity, and that is continuing. New listings were also up this month, 1,626 new listings versus 1,479 last year. Another 10% jump year over year. So for 2025 as a whole, new listings are up more than 13%, which is great news for buyers who have been struggling with low inventory in the prior years. So what does all of this mean for buyers and sellers? For buyers, you have more choices this year. Days on market are rising, so negotiation opportunities are improving. Prices are still rising, but not as dramatically as they once were. This winter may offer some of the softest competition of the entire year. For sellers, homes are still selling, and prices are still higher than last year. But buyers are more selective. If you overprice, you will be punished quickly. Condition, presentation, and strategy matter more now than ever. This is not 2021 anymore, but it is still a strong, healthy market when you price correctly. So my final thoughts here. The Louisville area real estate market remains resilient. Rising inventory is balancing out the market. Prices continue to grow steadily, and both buyers and sellers have real opportunities heading into 2026. If you would like a personalized market update for your neighborhood, or if you want to know what your home is worth today, I'd be happy to help. This is David Hittle with Shop Kentucky Homes, United Real Estate Louisville, your real estate specialist. And if you are thinking about buying or selling, let's talk and build a strategy that works for you.